Hello, hello and welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and today I'm working on the last part of this Christmas piece for the Just Because quilt, and then next week we'll be sewing it to the actual what's it called, quilt. The actual quilt. So I think I'm working in purple and yellow today. I'm trying to be mindful of the colours that are on the other side of my quilt, so we definitely need to get some purple in there. So yeah, purple and yellow, and this is 113 of the maxi treats by the Sheepies. And how are you all? You all happy, safe and well? Busy with last minute Christmas arrangements? Or are you one of those last minute people? Have you not really got started yet? I'm afraid I'm an early bird. It's all done and dusted in my world. So I'm going to start with the purple, and I think I'm going to have the top and the toe in purple and the outline, and then we'll have all these stripes in yellow, and then perhaps we'll have the bow in gold or something like that. So I'm working in my hoop again today. I'm starting to enjoy working in a hoop. I feel a little bit more controlled somehow, so it's interesting. I never thought I would like a hoop, but I do love the noise, and it is starting to appeal to me. So there we go. And because generally I'm on my own and I'm stitching in the quiet, it really is obvious the noise that comes through. So what are you up to? Are you working on one of these quilts, or have you got a different project going on? I see there's lots of videos on YouTube at the moment with people's plans for next year, because of course it is really looming up on us now, isn't it? So today is Friday. Well, it's not, because I'm filming ahead, but when you're watching this it will be Friday. So we're almost on the weekend again. I have now finished my Roxy's Journal Stitchery, and that's going to be a flip through on Sunday's video with a sneak peek of what I'm going to be stitching, as I'm not going to be doing the new Roxy's project. So that's what you've got coming on Sunday. And this is going to be the first weekend where hubby and I don't have pre-made plans. Every weekend up to now, since December started, we've had a birthday or some other kind of get together, and this weekend we're free, so gonna enjoy that. Starting to make a few Christmas visits to drop off presents to people that we won't be seeing nearer the time, because it is only, well, what is it, 9 days now, just over a week. So can't believe it just whips round, doesn't it? And then we've done all this planning preparation and we'll blink and it'll be gone. But I guess that's, you know, that's life. And the older you get, the quicker time seems to fly. I used to think, I've said this before, I know I have. I used to think my mum was balmy when she said that. But, you know, now that I'm getting older, I'm beginning to realise time really does just disappear. Going tomorrow to my youngest granddaughter's nativity play. Well, it will have been on Tuesday when you're watching this on Sunday. But for me at the moment, it's tomorrow. I love this. It's such a dark, deep purple. It's lovely. It's funny because colours that I would buy to wear or decorate my house are very often not colours that I enjoy stitching with, which is very weird. I mean, I wear a lot of blue and I use a lot of blue fabric, but I don't necessarily stitch in a lot of blue. It's interesting. Do you find that? Or do you find you just stitch in the colour relevant to whatever it is you're stitching? Oops! Oh no, we don't want that, Claire. That wasn't supposed to happen, was it? Right, rethread this needle. Fortunately, I now have this handy gadget, so it doesn't matter, does it? Oh. Oh, goodness me, but the lady can't use the handy gadget. That's not very good, is it? Oh, for goodness sake. See? Takes nearly as long with a gadget as when you do it by hand. Oh, dear. That's really quite funny. Oh, dear. And that's the second one. The one that I was using last time I was here with you has gone walkabouts. Crazy, isn't it? Probably buried in all this stuff that's on my desk. But fortunately, when I bought them, I bought a packet of 10 from Amazon just for a few pounds. So that was good. In that, when I couldn't find it, it didn't really matter. I was able to lazily just take another one out the packet. So, and in case you hadn't noticed, this is one of those old serviettes that I'm stitching onto. You can actually see the embossed ivy leaf on it. Okay. I've not made a firm decision on this idea of using the carbon paper rather than the heat erasable pen. I mean, yes, it's great if you can't get the light bulb to shine through very thick fabric, it is good in that respect. However, I am finding that if you're using a very light thread, it's prone to peek through a little bit. Now, this is the first time I've done it, so maybe I could try using a much narrower nib so we get a much sort of softer line. That may work. I don't know. Only time, I suppose, will tell, won't it? Right, now I need to do... Now I'm just trying to work out... That is the opening, isn't it? In the stocking, I believe. So I'm gonna stitch those sort of depth perception, goodness me, lines in there, and then we're going to stitch round that arc. Like so. And then we get round the outside again. Okay. So then I think I'm just going to go straight up there and I'll follow round this way, and I'm going to have to rejoin, I think, to come back round the other side there. I think I've mentioned before, but I don't know whether or not you found it as yet, but I do have a Thursday stitchery on my Ko-fi page. Now I say I do, but I've just filmed the last one for 2025, which was, oh goodness me, which was live on Thursday. So if you haven't seen that, I can't pull that out now. I'm going to have to just go with it. Perhaps we'll run a fancy gold rim. Could whip it with some gold and maybe push it up a bit. We'll see. So if you haven't found that yet and you fancy having a little nose, there's some bits on there for you to look at. Maybe join in, whatever. Right. I'm going to go just down here. I think I've got just enough thread to get all the way back to that toe. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll just thread on a new little bit for the rest of the edge. In fact, look, there's that piece that I thought was too short earlier and I set aside, so we can use that. That'd be good, won't it? Get a knot in it. Flip our work back over. So we need to go across this line here. Oh dear. Woe is me and all that. Okay, and then we're going to dance all the way up to the top there. And feed across here. Now, in my mind's eye, this is super red plush velvet boot with real luxury white fur at the top, but that's not what the stitching fairy said. The stitching fairy said it was going to be purple and yellow. Okay, so that's the main part of the boot. Close that off. Now we're going to do our yellow stripes. Yeah, I think that'll be nice, won't it? Although, if I want to do gold, yeah, no, that'll work. And this is 154. It's amazing how the September, October and November ones. Oh look, I needed to do a purple line there, didn't I? Can I grab a different needle and just thread up the purple again? Oh, I'm a dilly dream today, I do apologise. Oh, that's a super big one. I'm sure I could have just threaded that one, couldn't I? Never mind. Right, I just want to do this there. this one. Sort of curly whirly toe. That squiggly bit there reminds me of the Wee Willie Winkle rhyme. There we go. Right, now we can do our yellow. As if you're still here. All the threading and rethreading and goodness me. Right, let's get our lines done. And undo this knot. Oh dear. Right, so snuggling right up to that purple. 1, 2. Oh yeah, that looks nice, doesn't it? Yes, I like that. And the next one. And then our third one. Oh, I love it. And I was saying about gold, but I think I'm going to use this same yellow to whip round that top. I think adding a new colour would be wrong. I'm sure there'll be some of you that disagree, but that's what I'm doing. Doesn't take very long really, does it? Sorry, I'm aware I'm not very chatty, I'm just stitching away. Oops. Yes, cute. Okay. So then I'm gonna snip up there where I had that little gap, and I'm just gonna feed my way through this purple outline of what would be the fur. I'm not doing all of it, just the fur. I think it makes it a little bit different, doesn't it? Oops. The only thing you need to remember when you do this is to always go the same way. So if you're going from the outside to the inside, then make sure you don't suddenly change tack and go inside to outside, as your lovely coil will start to look a bit weird. Oh yeah, see, that looks lovely, doesn't it? Looks like braiding now rather than just the rest of the boot. Oh, my thread, there you go, was all getting a bit twisted. When you've got a little stitch like that, you can't always get it. So you have to sort of... I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to do the actual outside and leave the depth hole and all that in just the purple, so that the braid is just... can't get under there. I really can't get under there. There's a little bit of it. There you go. I think that's because there was several different stitches there, because there was a lot of meeting points, as it were. It became like the local cafe, that piece, didn't it? Lots of connecting points. Now here's going to be interesting because we've got these lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the outside one. I'm going to snip my needle all the way through to the back, and then I'm going to come back up there and go in there like that, and then through to the back. Let's have a little look. Oh yeah, that's lovely. I don't think I need to do the middle. If as I look at it over the next few days I change my mind, I can easily come back and add some to there if I want to. Okay, so now I don't really want to do a big red bow because I've got red just there. Now these are bells, aren't they? And strings. So what if we use the gold? Oh, actually, what about that goldy green for that bow? That would be nice. And then we just use the gold, proper gold, for the bells. So do the bells first, I think. So this gold I've shown you before is 247. Where did my needle go? There. We'll pick this up. Like so. We'll get a knot on. Now, I'm going to start there. I'm going to make it a double. Hang on. Do you know what? I'm not going to start there. I'm not going to make it a double bell. Or am I? Yeah, let's make it a double bell. Oh, goodness me, I'm indecisive today, aren't I? I can't remember now if on the picture it was a double bell or not. It's been a little while now since I drew it. And I'm probably going to make a really bad job of making this into a circle. But what you need to do to get a good circle is lots and lots of little stitches, which of course I'm rubbish at, because I do giant mahoosive stitches, which if you've been here before you'll know. So dump, dump. Because it's got that squiggle on it. I'm guessing that's like almost the open bit that the noise comes out of. Right, and then here we've got a little line that comes round, which is probably where the two halves are sealed. there like that. And then coming round. Actually, I'm just looking up there, and I used that green, didn't I, for those leaves. So I'm figuring I want a different colour for my bow. Also, I'm feeling like it should probably be really quite sort of sumptuous. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my words today. I'm wondering, oh no, we've got gold bell. We don't really want silver, do we? Don't want a silver bow with a gold bell. I might have to pop off for a second and have a little look. There's that bell. Right, let's close that off. I bet you're all shouting at the camera about what colour I should use. Right. I promise I will only be a second. Well, maybe more than a second, because I couldn't get out my seat in a second. Right. Now, this is that red, so we don't want to use that one. This is almost like a cherry pinky red, which is very different to that. Oh no, look, let's use the burgundy, because then there's no arguing that it's just a dark red, is there? Whereas that other one could be argued as pink. So, oh, here we go. Where's my needle? There. Okay. And then this panel will be done. And when I come back next week, we are going to attach it to our actual quilt. I said seed stitch. I think, yeah, very probably I'm going to use a, don't know exactly, but something like an off-white to attach it, do little seed stitches all through here to attach it to the actual quilt. That's my plan. Yeah, that's going to work, you see, because it's a very different red to the one that's above. happy with that. They're just like sort of, you know, stray streamers, aren't they? You know? Oh, get down there. That's better. See, this is what happens, ladies, when your thread is way too long. You keep picking up scissors and things with it. Well, I say ladies, stitchers, because there may be some men watching. If you're watching and you're a man, let us know. We should embrace our male stitchers and not be so assuming that it's women that are watching. Or maybe you just like watching and you don't even stitch. Doesn't matter, does it? If you're watching and you're male, give us a shout. See, and then when I do start talking, I'll start waffling. So maybe I should just be quiet and stitch. And I can tell it's getting late in the day and the light is changing, because this actually looks different now. It's interesting. It's been lovely this year to be having breakfast, look over and see the advert that I stitched last year, and to just wander over and pop one of the numbers out of its pocket and onto the tree. It's been lovely. I didn't appreciate when I was stitching it last year how much I was going to enjoy having it. And of course it does mean I'm not opening an advent, a chocolate advent. So yeah, I like it. I'm glad I went for this burgundy red. This of course is the red that I used in the original scrappy quilt. Okay, and then we've got a little curly whirly one here. Oh, look at that. Glad I did that. See, the universe was telling me that something wasn't quite right there. Nearly stitched that corner up. Thank you, Mr. Universe. Here you go. Another little curly whirly one. Like little spiral streamer types. Nearly there. And this is where I go, have you even seen what I've been doing? Or have I just been stitching this all basically on my lap? Oh dear. Well, it's a bit late now, isn't it? So hopefully you've seen what I'm doing. Sometimes, even though we know we're filming, we get so engrossed in what we're doing that we totally forget that you need to see what we're doing. Or we get so engrossed we totally forget that we should be talking to you and not just sitting here in our own little world stitching. But hey ho, we are all human, are we not? And most of us don't have a fancy editing suite to you know, change any hiccups. So it is what it is, I suppose. Okay, this last piece is done. The whole of the December panel is now complete. We'll get it off the ring, and then next week, as I say, when I come back next week, we can get this attached to our actual quilt. Lots of little sort of seed stitches going through, and that'll join it on. But in the meantime, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've had some pleasure in today's stitchery. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Ta-ta for now.